I'm Stephen John Drew from the official GonnaGeek.com show, a weekly geek news podcast that is a part of the Gonna Geek Network, just like the show you're checking out now. Shows on the network are individually owned, and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other awesome geeky shows at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to episode 429 of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. This is recorded live on Sunday, December 13th, 2020. I'm Chris. Joining me today, the usual gang of suspects. We'll start first with Mr. Willie D. Nelson. With Mr. Willie D. Nelson. With Mr. Willie D. Nelson.
I wasn't muted. Hey. It happens.
It does. Thanks for joining us, Willie. All right, and also here today, the slightly chilly Mr. Anthony Bachman.
Nope. I refuse. I want my full new title. Twitch affiliate streamer, Anthony Bachman. I got my affiliate email.
What does that even do? I honestly have no idea.
That's when you can still get followers, but now I can actually start getting subscribers starting this week. So I can do my own personal emoticons. People can subscribe to the channel. I can get bits when people cheer. Basically, it means I'm now allowed to actually earn money because I've done enough streaming that they're like, hey, now you're an affiliate. So basically, you can do a Twitch streamer is level 1. Anybody can Twitch stream. If you stream enough to hit their minimum level, you become an affiliate. And then when you go crazy and have 1,000 subscribers and 8,000 hours or something or whatever, then you become a partner and start making more money. And they run the high end commercials on your stream. So now my stream, when you first go to it, will have a commercial. But if you subscribe, you won't see those commercials. And if you don't subscribe and you watch the commercials, Twitch gets money and I get money. So yeah,
Very nice.
Now I can actually make money playing video games. God damn it. Mama said it wasn't possible.
Yeah, the only thing I need to do for that is be able to stream 7 days, some certain amount of days in a week or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I need to do.
Yeah.
And then I got it.
Well, and you need better internet.
Well, I mean, I can't do that because I can't stream any days here.
Yes.
So that's the problem.
Yes.
I have enough followers. I just don't have the other thing.
Yeah, because it's consistent number of viewers, and then number of streams within a certain month-long period.
Yeah, you need to have X number of users per stream, basically, or it averages out to a certain number, and that's what kills us on this one. Is since we do this on a Sunday, it makes it tough.
Well,
for the concurrent.
Sunday at 11.
Yeah, it's tough. This church time right now. There's people getting their religion on.
Yeah, no, it was a funky week because, I went to wake up for work for my first day of work on Wednesday and had an email from Twitch saying I'm now an affiliate. I was like, cool. I basically now have 2 part-time jobs, and if I do them both very well, I will have a retirement, and I will get paid to play video games, and I can't think of a better life. And then my heater died last night because all good comes with some bad.
Well, if
So
it's just the
I might have to
igniter that's
replace my
out, though.
furnace.
If it's just the igniter, that's relatively cheap to fix.
True. Yes. And the good thing is I have an aunt that married an HVAC guy, and I'm literally going to call them when we're done with this and see if I can get Marty to come out and take a look at it.
Yeah.
Because he came and took a look at it last time it wasn't working. So having an HVAC guy in the family, good shit.
Yeah. See, I'm sitting on a ticking time bomb right now, which is when they did my last inspection, they said, we're starting to see some tiny stress cracks on your heat exchanger. Which means when that goes, it starts spewing carbon monoxide into things and you can no longer use it. Now, I'm probably good through this winter, but I've only got 1 or 2 winters left before I have to replace the entire system. And that estimated cost, because you might as well replace the AC at the same time, 12 to 15 grand.
Hi-ya.
Yeah. Homeownership is great.
No. Hi-ya.
Time to move.
Yeah, that's...
Right.
Make it someone else's problem.
Uncle
I'm out of
Roger.
here. I'm out of here. Someone else's problem.
God wants me to send Marty over to her place once he's done at mine. Apparently, everybody needs an HVAC guy.
Tis the season right now. I mean, no joke. It's part of the reason why I have the maintenance plan with my HVAC guys, because yes, it costs me a little bit of money to have them come do the maintenance twice a year, but if something happens, I'm at the top of the queue. I don't pay overtime and I don't pay the emergency fee if something happens at, say, 5 a.m. and I need someone out here to fix it. Not a problem. Their 24/7
Nice.
guy will be out here with no additional charge to me. So I was like, ha-ha!
That's nice.
Yeah. Living the
'Cause,
dream,
yeah.
man.
Waking up to a freezing apartment is not good, and I'll be honest, I need to be able to like be comfortable this week because the last 3 days that I worked, I was sorer than I've ever been in my life. So this week is gonna suck because it's gonna be the first full week of work.
Chris, you said you're living the dream when you could have possible carbon monoxide spewing.
There was
in
sarcasm there, dude.
Oh, sorry. I don't understand sarcasm.
It doesn't get through Willie's beanie.
I mean, I'm also not concerned about it because we ran the heat full blast for 30 minutes. It had carbon monoxide sensors in all the vents where it detected literally nothing, and I have carbon monoxide detectors throughout the house also. So
That's
it's
good.
not really a problem. And those carbon monoxide sensors are tied into my smartphone, are tied into my email, and tied into the smart lights so that if the carbon monoxide sensor goes off, it turns all my lights on in the house red.
We get it.
What is it you get, Willie? I'm confused.
We get it. You're tied up. You're teched up in your house.
Don't
we
be jelly.
understand.
Do you want a smart house too? We can build you one.
Not really.
No, you don't want the convenience of sitting down and be like, hey, A-word, turn on the TV.
Actually, once hey a word.
I can't say.
Well, he can't say.
I've got
Alexa
one sitting
out
on my
loud.
desk because it'll trigger if I say the
Yeah.
A-L-E-X-A.
Alexa.
No,
Gotcha.
no, don't say the word.
Yeah, his whole house is just full of triggers. Him
I
and
just
Steve
set off
John.
something. I heard something beep. I don't have it.
Oh, your phone's listening. Don't worry.
Your
It
phone
may
is
not be
always
Alexa, but
listening.
your phone's listening.
You can just say, hey, G-word, and it'll probably
Oh.
listen to you.
Yeah,
Hey, Google.
that's what mine does.
No, stop doing that. I don't know why. I don't know if I actually hit a thing, an option to turn it off, but it doesn't do it no more. I used to say if I'm like over someone's house and I don't know, I'm like trying to find my way back, like through new maps. I like say, "Hey Google, take me home," and it would just pop up and just show
The
me
funny
the
thing
thing.
is now with mine, like I have to actually turn it on and then swipe the screen to where it's open, and then I can say, "Hey G word." But before, I could just say it with it sitting there, and I think that's them trying to say, "Oh, we're not listening when your phone's not on," and so they make it to where the Google Assistant acts like it can't hear you right now. That bitch is listening.
No, there's just a different setting. You can have it
They're
so it'll
listening.
work on the lock screen. It'd probably just get turned off.
Oh, I know when my phone's listening because that little Bixby icon will show up.
Oh, that's right. You have a Bixby
Bill,
thing.
you have Bill.
Yeah,
Bixby
it'll
on your
show up
phone?
and then it'll go away. I'm like, oh, you're listening to me, you little bitch.
I just
That's what the B stands for, not for Bixby, for bitch.
I just have the Google Assistant.
All right.
And she shows up on the bottom of my phone and says, how can I help?
Yep.
I'm appreciative that none of you have iPhones.
I used to, but it's been many years ago.
I've never had one.
The UI is worse.
Well, they've got
I would
widgets and stuff now, too. They've kind of
What'd you
copied
call me?
and adopted. I called you a widget.
I called you a widget.
Called you a widget.
Listen here, you little shit.
That
Why
hurts
don't you
my-
go back to Fortnite where you're appreciative?
I've played Fortnite like 3 times in my life.
I've played Fortnite probably the most here.
Yeah, so you're the little Fortnite bitch is what I'm hearing.
That's true.
And I've picked you up.
So?
He always goes back to that.
So?
That's what.
I don't even know how to pivot out of it, so I'm just going to hit the button.
There's no pivot.
Live from
on
the
that all day.
ATGN studios on the internet. It's the news of the week.
Welcome to the News of the Week. It's that part of the show where we run down what's in our minds some of the most interesting geeky and or nerdy news to have popped up here in the last week or so and share it with you guys who are listening or watching the show. Now, show title is tentatively We Sold Our Soul to Disney Plus because there's a whole bunch of stuff coming up on Disney Plus. But before we get there, Willie has some thoughts on the Game Awards. So, Willie, you're muted again, I think.
I never said that.
You had thoughts on something.
He had thoughts
Yeah,
on
but-
Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Sorry, I was.
Yeah,
My
Chris,
bad,
that's-
Willie. My bad.
That's why you tune in to see Chris mess up.
No,
live.
it's why it should be put in the show notes so I know what's going on.
That's true.
It is in the show notes.
Damn, I thought I had you this time.
He actually did. He updated
Because
it.
normally it's not in the show notes.
It's true. It's true. This is the time that Chris didn't look at the show notes, and now he's a damn fool.
I did.
All right,
I just.
so I'm gonna take this time here to for some reason I cannot hyperlink in the show notes. I don't understand. I've never been able to. I don't get how to. I don't know if I really care to, but it's there. So yeah. So that's part of my problem every week. I don't know how to
I'm
hyperlink
sorry.
in there.
You should just be able to paste a link in there and call it a day.
Every time I do, it's just text.
Well, I can turn it into a link after that, and it's not a problem.
I know, but I mean, I don't like making you do work when the thing should just do it itself. But I've done it. I've done everything right, and it's just dead. No,
So,
Willie.
So here's
I
what
don't
you
care.
do. Put the link in, and then push enter so it goes to the next line, and it should turn it into a link.
I don't think I haven't done that.
I don't know what you have and haven't done.
All right. So Cyberpunk 2077 finally came out, right?
Do you own it? Just a question.
I do.
Have you played it?
I have.
All right, I have too. I'm interested to see what your impressions are and thoughts on some of the glitchy stuff. You're on a PS4 Pro, correct?
Yes, I am. Not on a base PS4 or a base Xbox One. Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
Fucking titles. God damn it. Fucking Xbox. But quick little review. I'm enjoying my time so far. It's fun. It does have bugs. I've hard crashed blue screened a couple times.
How many hours in would you say you are right now, just so people can get an idea?
Ooh,
It should tell you in your save file.
Well, I mean, it's not on. If I turn it on, it's going to start using internet, and then this is going all haywire.
Fair enough. So I will say I'm a little over 8 hours in. My wife is probably close to 15 or 16 hours in.
I'm probably somewhere between you two because I haven't really had a lot of time to get to play.
Let me put it this way. Friday night, my wife didn't go to bed until like 2:30 a.m. because she lost track of time playing Cyberpunk.
So I got one question
that's
for
the
your
sign
wife.
of a good game when
Yeah.
you lose track of time playing it.
One question for your wife, Chris.
Yes.
How big is her dick?
She is a lady in the game.
How big are her tits
I don't
and
know.
dick? Because you could do both.
Because you can do both.
Or
And
you could have nothing. You could be a Ken doll.
you can also have a glitch where your dick keeps floating out of your pants, too.
Oh, you could be as anatomically correct as a Ken doll. You could be an
Yeah.
angel from
Send me
Dogma.
instructions on how to make this glitch happen.
It depends on how the clothing fits in game, but sometimes the way the clothing fits is that your body goes through the clothing, and it's almost always the dick. It seems like it's not on purpose.
All right, Chris, how big is
Wow.
your dick then?
I did the regular size. Thank you.
Oh, default.
Yeah, default.
I like how it says default, not average.
I'm not. I don't need to be putting any fronts on.
Now, I do have another question, Chris.
Okay,
Cut or uncut?
cut.
Wait, you actually have the choice of cut or uncut when you
Yes.
make your character?
There's penis 1 and penis 2.
You also have
Holy
the ability
Now
to
that's
pick.
detailed.
You also have the ability to pick the design of the pubic hair, if there is any, the color of it, and things like that. No joke. They made almost everything customizable in this game. Someone made a cyberpunk male character that looks just like a real life Peter Griffin. I was seeing on one of the subreddits.
Wow.
That's a fake thing.
Is it
That
really?
is- yeah, because you can't make them fat. You can't.
I don't know, man.
It's the default body. That's all there is.
Hmm.
I mean, with the weight.
But it was just shown from the head up.
Yeah, when it had a fucking gigantic head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Okay.
I mean, I messed with a lot of the stuff. You can't get them that big. That was, unless I am wrong on that. I mean, I could possibly be, but I was like, "There's no way you can do that."
They did make everything customizable on there, and it was kind of fun. I was watching one of the guys I watch a bunch of his tech YouTube videos was doing a charity stream of Cyberpunk, and I started watching it, I guess, Thursday because he got it a day early. Or he set his time code to being in New Zealand so that he could play early. I'm not sure which he did, regardless. But he's setting up his character, and he's building a female character. And he started like finishing up the face changes or the face design, and went to the next menu option. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of his stream on YouTube, which he had not put any mature content warnings on, there's just a topless woman on there. He goes, "Oh, I guess I have to design boobs now."
That is something I would like to talk about. I am so surprised that they did not censor this for the consoles with the nudity, like they did with Conan Exiles. Because in Conan Exiles, you could have a big old floppy dick just swinging between your legs,
Well,
even
that was the
bigger than what's
developer
in
that made that
Cyberpunk.
decision. It wasn't because
Oh, I know.
ESRB said they had to or anything like that.
I don't know. I was just surprised they just allowed it. I said, all right, we'll just do this anyway. When like I'm looking at Conan Exiles, like, punk bitch, why can't I have a big ass dick? Just flopping around. 'Cause that was the most hilarious part of it. Now I don't even want to play it. It was free at PS Plus. I ain't playing it because I can't see my dick. But anyway, yeah, surprised about that. And so there are. How many bugs have you ran into, Chris? Have you ever had a hard crashing?
I have not had a hard crashing, and supposedly PS5 and the Xbox Series models have not run into those issues. But I have had some weird issues.
That's right. That's what you're playing it on,
Yeah,
right?
I have had some weird issues where characters like kind of just slide across the screen, for lack of a better term, and don't walk. And the one that really annoyed me is the early on prologue mission. You're in, I can't remember the name of the tower, but you have to kill an elite guard and then search his body to get a key card. Well, the guard spawned in the elevator and then got stuck in the elevator. So like he just kept like jittering back and forth in the elevator.
Oh, shit.
And I shot him and killed him thinking, okay, maybe now I can search the body. And then I couldn't search the body. So I had to reload to an earlier save because I could not get the key card I needed to proceed any further. So that was the only game breaking glitch I've really run into. And the only other thing that's really weird, but probably a consequence of playing on the Series X, is the quick resume feature does work. Well, I went out of the game. I was going and changing some settings in my Xbox, and for some reason, this is an Xbox glitch that started. I was using the R trigger to search through my game list because that goes a page at a time, and the R trigger stuck for some reason. So like, my cursor was stuck at the bottom of the screen. I couldn't get it to go up, so I pulled the battery out of my controller, put it back in, restarted, and then the controller was working fine again. I don't know what was going on that one.
The Xbox Series X, I hope I'm saying that right,
Yes.
still uses battery packs.
Yes, you bitched about this when it was first
Jesus
announced months
Christ.
ago that they were
I
using batteries.
forgot. Because it's fucking 2020, man. Start using lithium-ion batteries.
Yeah, but now
man.
I don't have to plug into my PlayStation if my batteries run out, or my Xbox. I just put in 2 new batteries.
I don't plug into my PlayStation ever. I have a thing. I have my phone charger in. I have an old phone charger that uses the
I've
same
got
thing.
Panasonic rechargeable batteries that last longer than the battery packs would last in it anyways, so who cares? Makes life easier for me. This is a dumb thing to care about, and we're not going down this path again.
Fair enough.
So
But
when I put the battery back in my controller and restarted, I quick resumed the game, and it just had a pop-up there. It kept saying, please reconnect your Xbox One controller. And coming out of quick resume, it couldn't tell that the controller that I had disconnected was reconnected again. And so I had to force quit the game and then restart the game. But it loaded quick enough that it doesn't really matter. That's the nice thing, I guess, on the next-gen consoles. The load speeds are ridiculously fast.
You don't get to hear that woman talk about her on her radio show.
Yeah. I mean, so everything loaded pretty quick, which wasn't a problem there. So those are really the only major things I've run into. I've seen some weird AI driving bugs and stuff like that where I park a car at the side of the road, and for some reason people just keep plowing into it and pushing my car down the road, and I'm like, the hell?
Now, all these people are complaining about these bugs, right?
There is a vocal group of people that are complaining about the bugs, and then there are other folks that are just like, eh.
I want to know if all these people are complaining, were they the ones that were also complaining about it being delayed? Because fuck you, you're the problem. You are the problem if you're complaining about the delays and saying, oh, it has all these bugs. Ugh.
No.
You're the problem.
So in all seriousness, I haven't run into a bunch of issues, but after having seen some of the issues that others have run into and seen some of the reviews and the video footage of the bugs they ran into, the game probably should have been delayed again. There's not much polish on it. Now, bear in mind, they also did Witcher 3, and when Witcher 3 came out, it suffered from the same problem, and about 6 months later, they had that polish on it. So if you're not playing it now and you decide 6 months from now to pick it up when it's on sale or something like that, you'll probably be playing or have a different experience than those of us that picked it up on launch day or launch week and started playing and ran into issues. And I will say, this most recent patch they put out, it was like a 15 gig patch, seems to have cured a lot of the visual issues people were talking about. Now, HDR is broken on the Xbox game at least. So HDR is all blown out and doesn't work properly. And I don't know when that'll get fixed. But the graphics, they tweaked and cleaned things up, and the new patch is seemingly fixing some of the stuff that I had noticed.
I'm glad you mentioned patch because
and I wondered
saw
too.
that first patch. Oh, okay.
CD Projekt Red it's from Warsaw, Poland, right? Do we know if they have like headquarters here for developers, or is it just one main company in Poland?
I think they did all their work in their home base.
I think it's
I'm not
just one
sure.
main company. I don't think.
Okay, so then the
I'm
question
not
is,
sure, though.
do we know if their country is one of the ones that actually knew what the fuck they were doing and they were actually able to go to work, or did they finish this game from home?
Combination of home and office was my understanding, because when it got delayed the last time, part of what they'd cited was COVID-19 concerns. And how that had
COVID-19.
delayed them.
Yeah, so not only are they doing crunch time on a giant game,
After they promised not to do crunch time.
Yes, that's a separate issue, but
and they're
yes.
also doing crunch time partially from home, which makes it even harder. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have bugs. This game's fucking huge.
But what was I saying? I was happy you mentioned something, Chris.
Patches.
What was it?
You were happy I mentioned patches.
Patch.
Oh yeah, patches. So did you get that first patch? You see how big it was?
No, because it auto-downloaded for me. Because I purchased...
17 gigabytes.
Well, and this last one was 15.
Oh, there's another one?
There was one that... You got it like half a day before I did, but there was a day 0 patch, and then there was another patch that came out like a day after the game dropped, and there was another patch, I think, that dropped like yesterday or the day before. I think we're up to our second patch on the game.
Another patch then.
Yeah. Because I think I'm up to like version 1.04, I think now.
Or maybe I had just both patches wrapped up in I don't know.
You could have gotten both at the same time, because they got the second patch to PlayStation faster than they did to Xbox because of the approval process for patching. So you got it like 8 to 12 hours before Xbox gamers did.
Oh, and this is also the next gen version isn't out yet, even though
Correct.
it's a free upgrade.
Yeah, that's sometime in
not out yet.
early 2021, early to mid 2021. They had said.
And they also said apparently all the DLC is going to be free as well, just like on The Witcher.
Mm.
So that they say that's also coming early 2021 as well.
And multiplayer's not coming until 2022, I think.
What they're going to multiplayer for what? What?
I don't know what
don't
all's
care about
coming in it,
multiplayer.
but they said
They
it's basically a different game, but that's set in that world. So you're not going to be playing as V in multiplayer, is my understanding.
That's fair, but
Maybe it's like the Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer upgrade, to where it's based in the same world and the same game, same mechanics, but it's a totally separate game, basically. Which was an awesome free upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the game is fun. That's what I'm seeing. You can do lots of things with it.
It's slow to get to a point where you don't feel like you're getting your ass kicked in combat, though, because early on you don't have good weapons or anything like that. And I'm like 8-9 hours in the game. I finally got to a point where I actually have some good guns, and I feel like I can go into a firefight and not just keep constantly pumping med packs into myself.
How cool are you?
8 cool points, I think, is what it is.
Yeah, oh, you're higher than me. I'm at 5, but I think my what's the one to the left of it?
Is that body?
No, body's top left. It's underneath. It's between body and cool.
Reflexes?
No, reflex is the top one.
I don't know. I can't remember.
But anyway, that one I have up the highest, and then I also have the top right one where I have where you do the hacks.
Yeah. You went the technical route.
Oh, you goddamn right I did. I want to hack people all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that money too for hacking into things.
I want to do hack and slash, and I want to get the mantis blades eventually, and just go to town on people.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. Yeah, you have to wait.
Berserker.
You just have to wait till you get in there to get the fucking mantis blade.
You have to have 20 street cred to get it.
My
wife just got them.
Yeah, I think I'm at 14 street cred right now.
Yeah.
What's messed up is some of this stuff is popping on my filter because I remember playing Cyberpunk in like my junior year of high school.
Yeah, it's based off the tabletop game.
Yeah. So yeah, I remember like cool points. First role playing game that had cool points. It's like, oh no, your character's cool. You gotta be cool.
Yeah,
I
honestly,
mean, you're
with
a
this,
Cyberpunk, you gotta be.
with this game, it didn't really click for me until this morning when I was playing before the show. Like, I'm 8 hours in, and I finally got to the point where I was like, oh, this is fun for me now because I'm in the open world doing random side quests, getting loot, leveling up, and I've gotten all of Act 1 is basically set up the story, and you're kind of on rails, and you go here, you do this, you go here, you do that, and you don't really get that freedom and flexibility because it has to set up the game and the story and things like that, which is fine, but it was not clicking with me until I got the opportunity to just be like, I'm going to drive through town and just see what's around and buy stuff and do random missions and save people.
Which origin did you choose, Chris?
I'm a street kid. What did you pick?
Corpo.
Yeah, my wife did Corpo.
That's fun.
And then my brother-in-law did not the outlaw, whatever the Mad Max kind of thing is that lives on the outside of the city.
I mean, you can always go there.
Yeah. That's how I looked at it. I would go there. I wanted to do Street Kid just because it sounded like the most interesting one to me, and it's unlocked some cool dialogue options for me so far.
Oh, you get to like pressure some people with Corpo, like, oh, you want to talk down to me? I was in the corporate business, bitch.
Yeah, I had one moment where I was trying to find a police officer who someone had put a bounty on, basically. So I was interrogating people trying to find her, and it was in some crime lord's market or something like that. And the dude's like, yeah, I've seen her, but I'll tell you for a bunch of money. So there was like a Street Kid dialogue prompt where I could basically be like, or I could just tell the dudes up there that you're hiding a police officer in here, and they'll come take care of the problem themselves. And they like to remove limbs, sometimes hands, sometimes other things. And then the guy caved and was like, oh, here's where you can find her, because he was scared of the fact that I knew how to leverage the other street gang to basically take care of that problem for me. So that was kind of cool. And they did say that your origin story will shape dialogue options in there. And if you are playing the game, they also suggest, and the reviewers as well, don't just rush through and do the main storyline, because doing side quests and other things like that open other endings up for you at the end of the game.
Yeah, but I don't know where to take a pause from the main storyline. Jackie's been waiting for me forever. He's just sitting on his motorcycle, just like, yeah, whenever you're ready.
Oh, so you're still at the very beginning of the game with Jackie and stuff like that.
Yeah, someone already spoiled.
Have you met Johnny? So you haven't met Johnny Silverarm?
I have not met Johnny. I was like waiting for that. But I'm still just trying to do a lot of side stuff.
Yeah, so I'm further on in the main story than you because I kind of just powered through Act 1. And then on Act 2, I have not done any of the story missions yet. I'm just doing side quests so far. And I got a motorcycle now, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I mean, you can just pick up a motorcycle anytime you want to.
Yeah, but this one's mine. I can hit the button and the motorcycle comes to me.
I feel like it's better when you get to kill the people who do it in crime and say, oh, they have a motorcycle? Oh, that's cool. You mean my motorcycle?
Yeah, but now I don't need to scrounge for a vehicle whenever I need one. I just get off of a quick travel where I step out and hit a button and my car comes to me, or my motorcycle, rather.
I'm happy with my car just coming. The driving is okay.
You'll get a motorcycle eventually. The motorcycle drives better than the car. And once I found out that there was a different camera you could do to see third-person view of the car, it became much easier driving. At first, I drove in the driver's seat, and it was terrible. It was a terrible experience sitting behind the driver's seat in that car and driving in the game. I was like, this is effing terrible.
Now, I will say the third-person camera, there's only one. I just wish it was like higher up and like, angled like that over so I could see in front of my car. Because if I'm going downhill, I don't know if there's a car in front of me at the bottom or not. I can't see shit.
Yeah, there's some tweaks they can do to the car driving experience that I think would be good. One of the ones, and it was a reviewer that brought this up. I can't remember whose review it was, but like when you play a GTA game, when you get in the car, the mini map in your corner display kind of like zooms out a little bit, because it makes it easier to see when the turn's coming up and stuff like that, because you'll see it further out. The problem you'll run into with Cyberpunk is the way the mini-map is or set up on there. When you're driving your car, by the time you see it's time to turn, you're like right up on that turn. You don't get a good preview of it like you did in the GTA version where it just kind of sits out there.
It doesn't zoom out the faster you go.
Yeah, it should. That would make sense. And that's probably an easy fix that you would expect in a patch.
Right. And this is a company that, remember, Rockstar's been making driving-based games like that for how many years now? That's just old hat to them.
Ever since they stole the driver model.
Yeah. So this is probably an instance where CD Projekt Red this is something they're not as familiar with. So it's, oh, we've got the mini map there, and didn't realize or just didn't click as much that, oh, Rockstar kind of tweaks a little bit to make it easier. And it's an easy enough change. They can do it in one of the quality of life updates. And I think it would be really helpful.
Yeah. I did find there was an article here from The Verge. Apparently, Cyberpunk 2027 or 2077's log-struggling developers will see their bonuses after all and won't be tied to the game's critical reception. Apparently, they had an old thing where the supervisors and stuff would go around and hand out tokens for hardworking programmers and stuff in the building. People, going above and beyond, in the workforce. And then at the end of like a game launch, if that game then met critical ratings, those people would get bonuses. And now they're saying, Jason Schreier, one of their execs, said CD Projekt executives took responsibility for Cyberpunk's buggy launch in an email to staff today, saying their year's performance bonuses will no longer be tied to review scores, given the circumstances before the threshold was 90 plus on Metacritic. So now those people that earn their bonuses are going to get them no matter what the reviews say.
Yeah, Jason Schreier is a reporter with Bloomberg.
Oh, he's a reporter. Okay.
He's been, if you go and follow his Twitter feed and things like that, he has been critical of CD Projekt Red's crunch issues, especially since they said there wouldn't be crunch. And there are a lot of people on Twitter. I don't know why some people are so fiercely defensive of the company and the game that if you say anything negative, you get hordes of idiots that just descend down upon you. So he's been running into that problem.
Yeah, some people take a stance. Yeah, it says at some point, in the final stretch of development, a required 6-day work week. So they were doing 6 days on, 1 day off for their crunch. Like, that's fucking hard if you're writing code 14 hours a day.
The thing is, you got to remember is that they had said 2 years ago, oh, we are not going to institute crunch on Cyberpunk and things like that. Yeah. And that was one of the things they had promised and made a big deal out of publicizing. And then all of a sudden it was, oh, we got to do crunch. Sorry, guys. So, it's legit that you get a black eye for that. And it's part of the reason why I said at the top of this that the game probably could have been pushed back another 6 months. The problem is that's not going to alleviate the crunch in today's culture with any game that's being made. It just means more crunch over that time period. Crunch is
because if they push it out to next holiday season, then the leads are going to be like, well, in that case, we could add in this feature, and we can add this thing over the next 12 months, and then they end up crunching during the last 6 months of it anyways.
Because people want to complain about delays.
Yeah.
I'm okay with delays as long as the game in the end comes out something that I enjoy. I will say
the game that everyone's waiting for hasn't come out yet because that's the next gen.
Yeah. But this does play really well. The current gen version plays really nice on the next gen versions. And there are some folks, Digital Foundry did some interesting stuff on it where they did Cyberpunk on the baseline Xbox One and PS4, and it struggles on those baseline devices.
Seeing it.
It struggles pretty hard in places on those baseline devices.
Spinning up the fans pretty good.
Well, graphics not coming in, loading properly, bad scaling down to less than 720p in some places, stuff like that, because the hardware can't handle it. Frame rate chugging along.
Oh, wow, so literally not being able to handle the game at all. Mm-hmm. Yikes.
Like the PS4 Pro and the Xbox Series X, they do all right with it. But if you want to see it really shine in its current state, you want to play on the PS5 or one of the Series Xboxes.
Or the PC.
Or the PC. Honestly, the PC is probably the best place to play it. And the HDR is not broken on the PC side of things. I believe HDR is broken on Xbox, and I'm not sure if it's broken on PlayStation or not.
I wonder, how much is it in the Steam store?
I don't think it's in the Steam store. It's in Epic Games.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is it Epic?
Yeah.
No, Epic. Or is it... Yeah, or is it GOG? That's their own thing, isn't it?
I think it's on GOG and Epic or something like that.
Okay, GOG is the CD Projekt Red's own thing, right?
Yeah, and if you got it, if you downloaded and set it up at one point in time, they gave you The Witcher 3 for free, which was kind of cool on PC, and all the DLC. But I lost my train of thought.
DLC was free anyway.
It wasn't on console.
It was on free on console.
No, it was not. There's a Game of the Year edition that you buy with DLC, or you buy the DLC separately on console. For Witcher 3.
I thought it was free.
I don't believe so.
Oh.
Because I paid the extra $3 when I bought Witcher 3 to get the Game of the Year edition because it came with all the DLC. Especially once I saw the DLC prices.
It's $60, but it is available in the Steam store.
Oh, my bad. Maybe this was what it was. Is they made a point of saying that if you buy it on Epic or GOG, that they get a bigger cut or something like that. Because
Could
Steam
be.
takes a big percentage. I remember something about.
Yeah, because like Apex has moved to Steam. A lot of the ones, it's like, oh, our games are only over here on EA Origin or only over here on this. It seems like Steam's doing good, kind of getting those companies to like filter through their store as well.
I'll never install EA Origin on my computer after the rootkit stuff originally.
I had it on there just when they put out Apex because Apex was free on EA Origin. Since now that is on my Steam account.
Okay, there were 16 DLCs that were free for Witcher 3, but 2 expansions that did cost money.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
what it was. So the expansions were included in the game of the year. I was using the incorrect term. I apologize.
Oh, yeah, you go. I had to look it up too. I was like, I don't remember what. I thought it was all free. That was my knowledge of it was, but I wasn't sure.
And in the Steam store, it is sitting at 79% of the 142,000 user reviews for this game are positive. So it's almost 80% positive reviews out of 180,000 or 140,000 reviews. That's not bad. 80% positive.
Did you see the user review on Metacritic?
Metacritic has a 6.7 user score on the PC one. That's
It was
PC.
1.2. I saw.
I looked at the PC.
Oh.
I didn't look at the Xbox one or the PlayStation one. One sec, I'll look there.
Those might be different.
I saw 1.2. I think, or something.
2.7 for PlayStation 4 user score.
Ooh, ouch!
Yeah.
That's out of 10, right? Not out of 5. That's out of 10.
Yeah,
And
but
once again,
user
you guys
review.
wanted to rush it, and then all this the didn't want delayed, and now look what happened. It's your fault. And now look at you being little whiny bitches about it.
It's the same as like the Rotten Tomatoes user scores. You can't always really trust them because people review bomb because they don't like something or something doesn't fit their method of what they think is correct. Or
I do want to specify when I say you, I don't mean you, the viewer, because you guys are awesome. Fuck all these other assholes. It's the royal you.
it really irks me watching how many people are deriving pleasure out of the fact that it's getting review bombed. I'm like, really?
Everyone always does that.
Yeah,
after every game.
I don't understand that silly shit. Yeah, I don't know. I think this might be one I'll add to my Steam wish list and wait for it to go on sale and eventually get it.
Now, you know what game didn't have any kind of controversy or anything like that should have won Game of the Year? Ghost of Tsushima had no controversy.
The only controversy was how fucking awesome it is.
That was controversial because it shouldn't be this damn good. But
some people argued 11 out of 10 and some people argued 13 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, I will say Last of Us is a prettier game, but I mean, I always go back to the replacements. You got to have heart. That's how you win the game. You got to have heart. And Ghost of Tsushima had more heart than Last of Us Part 2.
I haven't played it yet, but it looks really good.
Which one?
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, so you played Last of Us Part 2?
I haven't played that one either.
Well, that's why you say neither.
That I would recommend play Ghost first because Willie said Last of Us does look a bit better, and so I'm still stoked by how great Ghost of Tsushima looks because I haven't been spoiled by any game that's open world that looks better yet. So yeah, I would say play Ghost first, and then you'll get an upgrade when you go to Last of Us.
Last of Us Part 2 is not open world, although it does have like a
little.
little.
But I'm saying you said like the world building in it like looked better, and so. Yeah, I would say then play Ghost first. That way, like you'll get a graphics update.
I don't even own them yet, so it's really not going to be anytime soon because I still have Cyberpunk to finish and beat, and Watch Dogs Legion 3 Watch Dogs Legion because they patched the save game issue on the Xbox finally, so it's safe for me to play again.
Oh, nice! It's not giving you that erasing. Oh, well, you forgot what you did the last 4 hours.
Yeah, as soon as I lost 5 hours of gameplay, I stopped playing the game until they patched it, and the patch came out Thursday, I think, this week, and I went just in time for Cyberpunk, where no one's going to want to play Watch Dogs Legion right now.
God, I wish Cyberpunk had another delay so I can play some Yakuza, because I still was having fun with that. Now I don't know when I want to play it again, and I still want to play it because it's fun, but Cyberpunk, got shit to do. I got Mantis Blades to get and choppy.
I know. I already have a mod for my Mantis Blades to make them flaming Mantis Blades that I picked up off a dead body, so I'm looking forward to installing those.
Oh, Chris, how'd you like your oh god, what is it called?
I don't know.
Your seizure. There you go.
Oh yeah, that was another problem. They patched that out supposedly too in this most recent.
Well, no, they patched it up so it has a warning now in the beginning of the game.
And they changed the frequency of the lights because that was part of the problem too, so that it wouldn't do it.
It didn't bother me, but I'm not epileptic.
Yes,
so.
but we're not epileptic. Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, you
yeah.
got. I mean, that's something you got to figure. Like, it's a cyberpunk game. You don't think there's going to be flashy neon?
Well,
It's
no,
cyberpunk.
it wasn't flashing neon. They put a headset on you that has like a row of LEDs in front of each light because it's what do they call it? I can't remember what it is. It's the BD machine, I think is what it is. And then when
Brain Dancer.
Brain Dancer, when you're getting put into the simulation, it starts flashing these lights that are right in front of your character's eyes, and since it's first person, you get a weird flashing white light LED combination of things, and like it hurt my head, and I'm not epileptic.
I saw God.
But I could see how and it's a legit thing because there are people that have talked about the fact they have epileptic seizures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That it has triggered or has the potential for some folks to trigger an epileptic seizure because of how it works.
Yeah, and I see saying and to like put out a warning about that seizure possibility for that scene. I thought I saw something on Twitter about it.
Yes, they put something out. They patched it and fixed it. And there's also another problem they ran into. There's if you like to stream games and stuff like that, a lot of the gameplay music in there can get you hit with a DMCA strike. They put in a stream safe feature.
Streamer mode.
Yes, but there was stuff that they missed that was in streamer mode. So they said, hey, when you're playing these two missions, make sure you turn off your in-game music because we haven't had a chance to patch it and fix it yet. These two tracks will give you a DMCA strike. Even when you're in streamer mode.
I do like the idea though. Like the idea of a company going, hey, if our game's gonna be popular, people are gonna stream it. We can pay the rights to have this music that we want in our game to make it awesome. But if these people then stream that music, it'll be in trouble. And like having a goal for streamer mode, like that's fantastic.
Well, the best part about that is it's free advertisement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Like,
just
why
the
would
fact
you
that, I
not?
mean, like, Apex has a streamer mode now for anonymous, I'm trying to say anonymous plural, and I can't think of the word.
I think anonymous is plural by itself.
But, yeah, making, like, other people's names randomized so that you're not sharing other people's names while you're streaming. So, like, they have that option in Apex. But, yeah, like, the fact that, you know, an open world game like Cyberpunk that's, you know, the music is part of Cyberpunk. Like that's always been part of that world that builds that environment. The idea of making it to where if you toggle a switch because you're streaming, it turns off music that would get you a DMCA hit. Like that's awesome. Because I mean, that's something hopefully, you know, all big games going forward will think about is like, hey, we want to sell 200,000 copies of this game day one, and we would like 100,000 people to be streaming it. Maybe we should think about what streamers are going to do with our game.
Well, they're starting to put it in other games too. I mean, the streamer mode, it's not like this is something brand new that just happened with CD Projekt Red stuff. It's they adapted something else that other folks have been doing, which makes sense because you want your game to be big and streamed on Twitch or YouTube gaming, Facebook gaming, whatever the hell. Everyone goes to Twitch now, let's be honest.
Yeah,
Well,
Mixer's
there's one
dead.
game that gets better and better every year. They put it out that has more and more streamer options. And that's Jackbox games.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Every year they get improvement. They improve little by little
You're not
by
wrong.
the streamer things.
I see. I guess I mean Dead by Daylight improves, but then it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back with behavior.
If
So like
you
it
got a
gets
problem
better,
person in there,
and then it gets worse.
So,
kick them out.
so Willie, I don't want to put a score to a game or anything like that. So here's what I would say, or what I would ask you for the folks that are watching or listening later. Would you recommend folks play Cyberpunk 2077?
Yes. If you don't mind some issues happening, yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
Like I said,
worth
my game's
$60
crashed.
to buy right now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I've had $60 worth of fun with it so far. I can see where I will continue to have fun with it. Like I said, for me, it was a slow kind of slog through the beginning before it really hooked me, and I was like, oh, I'm really having fun with this now. Oh, I have the right equipment, so I'm not constantly getting my ass handed to me. Because that wasn't fun.
Wasn't
And
now.
you're both playing it on console though, right?
Correct.
Yep.
And maybe
Well,
I'll
one
have to
of-
pick it up.
Console.
And maybe I'll have to pick it up on PC like the first time it goes on sale, just so I can see how it runs on my rig. Because yeah, I mean I like my PS4, but my PC is still
You
way
might want
fucking
to
better
check the
than my
minimum
PS4.
requirements on this game because it's pretty performance heavy.
Oh, like I got one of those nice like the custom built jobs where it looks like a Ferrari engine.
You
so
still may want to check what the performance
I'll
requirements
check it.
are on Cyberpunk.
I've never had any problem with this computer, and it's not that old.
Yeah, this is the next level of requirements on what they're suggesting for this, is my understanding.
But can your computer run Crisis?
We were past that day.
No. We'll find out.
I'm not buying the. Well,
There used to be a website called Can I Run It?
yeah, something like that. Brief
I'm
side
sure you
jag
used it
here.
before.
They put out Crisis Remastered, but they locked it at 30 frames per second for some reason on the Xbox. So everyone's just playing the original games on EA Play, which will run at 60 frames per second. They're not quite as pretty, but they're like 60 frames still. So, yeah, everyone has their thing.
I mean, 30 frames is not really that bad. I mean, it's cool when something's 60 frames. Like, ooh, I can see the silky smoothness.
I wish my TV supported 120 frames per second, because that would be pretty sweet too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's that super silky smoothness.
Super silky.
super silky smooth.
But I think that does.
Colt 45.
I think that does wrap the discussion in regards to Cyberpunk 2077. Willie and I have both played it. Think it's fun
Oh yeah,
and worth
last
buying.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier, I forgot to say it. Yeah, I have a purple lightning bolt pubic hair.
Thank you. I'm so glad you shared. Thank you. Oh, another glitch I ran into. Sometimes when you go check your reflection, your character has no clothes, even when you're clothed. It's something I've run into.
Oh no, that's the worst.
You get random wang as the only problem then. And I ran into another weird issue where I was wearing a hat and went to go look at my reflection, and it rendered my character bald then in the reflection screen. Like, he had his clothes on, but his hair was gone and no hat was on.
My character is bald anyway.
Mine's not. My character has purple and red hair.
I checked it. I meet all the minimum requirements. I actually meet all the recommended requirements except for dedicated video RAM. The recommended is 6 and I have 4. So that's the only recommended requirement that I don't fully meet.
Time to upgrade.
But I'm saying, yeah, I meet all the minimums. So yeah, my thing's good. My computer's good. Yeah, when I built this beast like 2 years ago, like I went a little expensive on it. It looks really pretty. It's a monster.
All right, let's pivot on into what the rest of the conversation is, which is Disney made it so that I'm glad I gave them my money for Disney Plus for 3 years up front. Because
we're just here to talk about Moon Knight.
There's a crap load of stuff coming. Especially when you look at everything that they revealed on the investors call that was, Thursday or Friday last week. I went to sleep, took a nap, woke up, and went on Twitter and went, holy shit. And it was intriguing. Why don't you start things off for us, Bachman? You wanted to talk specifically the Star Wars stuff, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Where's that list? I had where was that screen I had where it had all the Star Wars ones? Shit, I lost it.
I may have one still stored.
But yeah, it was what? It's 10 Star Wars shows, I think?
10 series, I think it was.
Yeah, we're coming out with 10 new series, which, I mean, the big one, I think the one that's really going to get people, like, really flipping out is Ahsoka. The fact that we just got Ahsoka Tano played in live action by Rosario Dawson, directed in the episode by Dave Filoni, the guy who created the character. And so, like, all the fans of Ahsoka from Clone Wars and Rebels, I mean, as far as I know, everybody was as stoked as possible about that episode. Rosario Dawson killed it. The action in the episode was great. The Jedi dialogue stuff, talking about, Grogu and everything was awesome. And just, seeing her in the full costume, kicking ass with the dual lightsabers, but also not being a Jedi. Ahsoka Tano's not a fucking Jedi. She told the Jedi to take a flying hike because they gave her shit and didn't believe her word. But yeah, she's getting her own series. And like, just that alone, I'm happy I bought, my Disney Plus for 3 years. But then, yeah, we've also got, 9 other shows, excuse me, with people like, we got Taika Waititi coming in. We got freaking Patty Jenkins doing stuff. Like, just the list of people they're bringing in is insane. And the shows themselves, why can I not find the list?
I've got it right here. I just had it saved in my Google Photos. I was just going to run across the screen. Star Wars Rangers of the New Republic, set in the same time period as The Mandalorian, and I think they said something to the effect of it would cross over with The Mandalorian at some point in time, which is presumably about people that are soldiers or rangers that are policing the Republic at this point in time. It is set in the same time period as The Mandalorian, same as the Ahsoka spinoff, and I believe they said that would cross over again with Mandalorian. So those are two that are set in the same period. They'd already announced Star Wars The Bad Batch, and they'd kind of done a soft kickoff for it in the last season of Clone Wars. That one's coming. The Cassian Andor prequel series called Andor is coming, which that's the one I care the least about, I think, on these ones right now. Just because...
Yeah, I'm really not sure what's supposed to catch us on that. Like, what's the hook?
I don't know. I'll watch it.
The Bad Batch, we got, what's his name, Timor, back, that played Jango and is now Boba, the updated Boba in The Mandalorian. And if it's the Bad Batch, you know it's going to be him playing every character.
Yes.
Like, I just want to see a show where it's 6 versions of him as different guys from the Bad Batch, just being awesome.
It's going to be like the Tim Burton Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Charlie and Chocolate Factory.
Yep.
So other
All
stuff,
the Oompa Loompas.
Other stuff on there. There was a Lando Calrissian series coming called Lando. However, they did not mention whether Donald Glover is returning to play Lando in this.
Oh, God, it better be.
Oh, yeah, because,
Donald Glover's pretty busy, man.
Yeah, he is pretty busy, but getting him to commit to another series, but also, I mean, they can throw Disney money at him.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's also a short series, like 8 episodes, if they follows the Mandalorian pattern.
And I'm assuming they're going to follow that same pattern, roughly. It's just they didn't announce who was playing Lando Calrissian, which was kind of an odd note there. There was also Star Wars Visions, which I believe was supposed to be... how do I describe this best? I think they were going to do a bunch of shorts that were all by different anime creators and stuff like that. Set in the Star Wars
Animatrix.
Universe. Yeah, similar to Animatrix. Patty Jenkins will be doing the Star Wars Rogue Squadron movie. They did not say whether that is coming direct to Disney Plus or theaters. However, Rogue Squadron could be really good, and there is a ton of content that they could borrow from the old expanded universe that is no longer canon, because Michael Stackpole and Aaron Alston wrote 12 or 13 books all about Rogue Squadron and X-Wing pilots and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a ton on the Rogue Squadron. Also, yeah, the Visions, it's basically a better name for what Dark Horse used to call, damn it, because Marvel has What If, DC has Elseworlds, Dark Horse came up with White Infinities, I think, is what it was called. It's basically Star Wars What Ifs.
Yeah.
So there's literally, like, they did comics where, like, Anakin became Vader, but then instantly went back to the good side and actually wore, like, head-to-toe white. They did a universe where Luke and Leia were swapped. Luke grew up a prince, and Leia was the dirt farmer who ends up being the pilot that blows up the Death Star. Like, they did all these comics of that. So the Star Wars Vision show has an entire catalog of stories to go back to, which, yeah, some of those are really, really cool. Because, yeah, it's the whole what-if concept. It's like, oh, well, what if you swap these characters? What if this happened? What if this planet was blown up instead of that planet? Like,
there was another one that was
so many little things they can do.
There was another one that was mentioned. It's Star Wars: The Acolyte, and I'm trying to remember what that one was about.
Yeah, Acolyte is it's the one going to the High Republic, set 200 years prior to Phantom Menace.
Yeah,
so that's the one that's going to go back.
Leslie Headland is developing it for them. I believe she did. Was it Russian Doll that she did
Russian
on
Doll.
Netflix?
Yeah, yeah. It says she will. Yeah, Leslie Headland, Russian Doll, will act as showrunner for what is described as a mystery thriller set within the later days of the High Republic. So it's going to be like the tail end of the High Republic as it's dying down 200 years before Phantom Menace. Yes. So I think at this point, this will be the oldest live action thing we've seen.
Well, this is going to tie into the High Republic books that they're going to be putting out, because there's a whole book series coming out that's like of the High Republic era. So I think that's where this is going to come into play. I think. I'm pretty
Is it just me, or did we lose Bachman?
I think we lost him. He's been...
Okay, I wasn't sure that's my internet or not.
He's been popping in and out as we go, so that's what the Acolyte is.
I thought that was just me and my internet, but I was like, well, Chris is okay.
No. The other one is a Star Wars Droid Story, and there's still one after that, which I hadn't brought up, which is C-3PO and R2-D2 in some kind of... I don't remember what it's all about. I should probably Google it real quick.
Yay.
I didn't care.
So happy about this. Whoop-de-dee-doo.
I honestly didn't care that much.
Didn't they already had a cartoon? Now we need another one.
Yeah, I don't care a ton on that one. The one that I was most interested in, hopefully Bachman pops back on here in a second and can join us and talk about it, which had been announced and talked about before, is the Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi series, bringing back Ewan McGregor. That's going to tell a story set like 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. And what they did announce at the investor call is that Hayden Christensen will return as Darth Vader, and that Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi will have a face-off one more time in this series. So we'll get them going head-to-head again with each other. And Ewan McGregor was excited about the fact that he's doing this series, but he's also getting to do work with Hayden Christensen again, since they were buddies and stuff like that. So that was cool to hear and cool to see. And that's probably the one that I was most excited for. Mm-hmm. I mean, and this is, I don't mean this disparagingly, Willie. Please don't take it that way. You're all right with Star Wars, but you're not like a huge Star Wars fan. Do you think that's a fair way to put it?
Yeah, I've said that.
Yeah. So as someone who's, for lack of a better term, a casual Star Wars fan, you enjoy things like The Mandalorian, you'll watch the movies and stuff like that. The stuff that they've announced, this is that kind of thing that you're going, oh man, I'd watched it on Disney Plus, or are you going, the hell are they doing? I don't care about X, Y, and Z.
Are you talking about just that one or all of them?
Just any, I would say Obi-Wan. Let's start Obi-Wan Kenobi and then across the board. Does it sound like interesting stuff to you?
Obi-Wan Kenobi seems interesting. The rest, I might see.
Yeah,
depending.
So you're someone who didn't have a lot of familiarity with Ahsoka Tano, for instance.
I mean, it depends upon how they do it. If it has a lot of action stuff, yeah, I'll see it.
It is a live action.
I don't know anything about the character.
Was the taste you got of Ahsoka enough in The Mandalorian? You go, yeah, I'd be interested in watching a series about this person.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. That's fair.
What am I gonna do? Not watch a 30-minute episode?
30 to 45, something like that. They keep getting shorter with Mandalorian. That's the problem. Makes me sad.
Robert Rodriguez, I was hoping you were gonna make a longer episode.
I'm pretty sure the finale is going to be long.
El Rey.
The finale is probably going to be really long. Hey, we got a spammer in the chat room. Go us.
I still haven't seen the last episode, the Friday's episode. So we got one more after that one?
We have one more after. The finale is this week, so if you haven't seen Friday's episode.
Well, of course I'm not going to skip any of them. Jeez, Chris, what do you think I am?
Savage.
You're a monster.
I am savage.
Savage. Welcome back, Bachman.
Yeah, mid-sentence, my modem decided to just turn itself off.
Well, you'd been going in and out for a while, so it was having issues. Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, I thought that was just me.
No, apparently, yeah. I don't even have hillbilly dial-up. I pay extra for really good internet.
Would you stop calling it that? It's not.
No, because I love calling it hillbilly dial-up, but it's
not even that.
Thing.
It's AT&T Universe.
Yeah, it's hillbilly dial-up.
That is not hillbilly dial-up.
So what you'd missed while you were away, we talked about Obi-Wan Kenobi and the fact that they revealed Hayden Christensen returns in the role of Darth Vader, and that Vader and Obi-Wan will have at least one more showdown in that series.
Of course. Yeah, and then also, that gives you the option if Hayden's back for that, they can have him in the Vision show doing alternate versions of Darth Vader, alternate versions of Anakin Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just actually I'm hoping to see, a director who can, direct Hayden Christensen to actually act, like an actor.
You could also have Force Ghost Anakin in the Ahsoka spinoff too.
That's true. Well, yeah, and I mean, I've seen other movies, like, depending on, the script and the director, Hayden Christensen can be a really, really good actor.
Yeah,
he just did
Jumper.
Yeah.
He was fun in Jumper. He just didn't mesh well with George Lucas.
Yeah, apparently.
No, Jumper. Why did so many people hate on that movie? It was actually good.
And it was Rian Johnson also, wasn't it?
I don't even know who. Oh, yeah, right. He did a Star Wars, didn't he?
Yeah, he did Last Jedi. He also did, oh, crap. What's the movie I really like that he just did? I'm spacing out on the name. With Chris Evans telling everyone to eat a dick.
Knives Out.
Knives Out. Yeah, he did that too. Yeah, so that's just the 10 Star Wars things that was announced. Oh, plus Taika Waititi still got a Star Wars movie they didn't tell us anything about that's coming up.
Yep.
Which wasn't part of this announcement. For me, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ahsoka are the things I'm probably most excited about, and Rogue Squadron is the thing I'm going, ooh, I wonder what this is going to be. I want it to be good. I just have no
I'm
idea.
excited for the Visions because I read a lot of the Star Wars What Ifs. But yeah, like Bad Batch is a show. I'm so there for that. And I'm also interested in the Acolyte just to see how they do the High Republic. Because if they do like, the way some of the old school like novels were, like seeing Jedis more as like knights, like that could be really, really cool. And Jumper was not directed by Bryan Johnson. It was directed by Doug Liman.
I thought it was Rian Johnson that did it for some reason. I don't know why.
He might have worked on it, but
Whatevs.
he's not credited as the director.
That's fair. So that's not all of the news that came out of this investor
that was
call.
just the Star Wars news.
That's just the Star Wars news. I mean, there's also Disney animation stuff that they announced, and I didn't really read a ton of it, but there was about 7 different products, I think, or things they were talking about, like a continuation of Zootopia, some stuff with Baymax, some stuff with Moana. I don't know what all is coming there, and honestly, I wasn't going to go deep down the Pixar animation route because that's not my jam here. What I did want to talk about is, there's a shitload of Marvel Studios stuff coming, and they were finally able to talk about some of the stuff that we presumed was coming that they just weren't talking about because Black Widow was supposed to be the end of this last phase to kick off the new one. And since it hadn't come out in theaters, we hadn't gotten a chance to see it. So we got crap loads of trailers, new show announcements, information dropped about things. There was, for instance, a new trailer for WandaVision, which premieres January 15th. They did say WandaVision will tie into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness and the third Spider-Man movie. All 3 are related and connected.
The third Spider-Man movie starring apparently everybody.
Yes, they have not confirmed any of the other Spider-Men yet. Keep that in mind.
This is big news. Yeah, apparently I'm in the new Spider-Man movie.
I'm pretty sure I'm in it too.
The meme going around after this announcement was Disney announces that Hayden Christensen reprises his role of Anakin Skywalker in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, that's a bunch of people just doing like random tweets like that. No, I'm going to take over Ed Norton's role as New Yorker that yells.
Yeah.
So
he
this is going to be pretty much,
and I hate him.
This is going to be Into the Spider-Verse, right?
It's what it seems like it's going to
be. This is
basically
it.
That's what it seems like. So we got a trailer for WandaVision. Showed off a bunch of stuff we hadn't seen. It looked really cool and really weird, which is, I think, the aesthetic they're going for.
I don't want to see nothing more of it. Just bring it the fuck out already.
Well, I mean, we're a month away. A little over a month.
Yeah, but hurry the fuck up. Come on.
Yeah. Next up, they showed a trailer for Falcon and Winter Soldier, which I think they then put a March release date on. I can't remember when in March. It looks really good. Again.
Yeah, I believe March is right.
Yeah, it looked really good. There was some really cool flying scenes there with Falcon. And I looked at that and watched and went, how the hell are they doing this on a TV budget? I went, oh, wait, it's Disney. That's how they're doing it on a TV
Disney
budget.
Plus TV budget.
Yeah.
It was not TV. It's HBO. I'm kidding.
Exactly.
One thing that wasn't confirmed in this, though, Oscar Isaac as Moon Knight was not confirmed as any of this. I don't even think they talked about Moon Knight.
No, they didn't mention it. That's why I was joking that we're here to talk about Moon Knight.
Yeah.
I want a scene where he comes down saying, Dracula, you better have my money, bitch.
They showed a trailer for the Loki series, which I believe is a May release date.
I think that's right. Yeah, that sounds right.
Loki's Disney Plus series.
For who?
Tom Hiddleston as Loki.
The Prince of Mischief? Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. They then showed a trailer for Marvel's What If animated series, which is,
yes.
if you're familiar with the comics, where they basically say, hey, what if this happened? They basically do that here, where what if the Black Panther was actually the Guardian of the Galaxy? He gets taken instead of Peter, for instance.
Yeah, he becomes Sky-Lord. T'Challa becomes Sky-Lord. Or Star-Lord.
Yeah, I was actually looking forward to this, but then that trailer made me... The trailer did a poor job of everything, so that was a poor trailer to me.
I loved it.
It makes me excited for it.
The one they focused on was what if Agent Carter became basically Captain Britain.
That one scene where she flips a Jeep, that was cool.
I think it's a tank.
No, it was a Jeep.
Was it a Jeep? I thought it was a tank.
For the trailer, it was just the Jeep.
Yeah.
I do remember
it
that.
looks awesome, and
Jeeps.
the best thing is it's all the voices of the actors from the movies, and apparently we get Chadwick Boseman again playing T'Challa.
It is Chadwick
So-
Boseman's final work as
Yeah.
T'Challa.
I will say this: the whole Jeep flipping thing is the second best thing I've ever seen someone suplex ever.
Yeah.
What's
Because
the
then she
first?
literally suplexes that Jeep. The first being, I think, Final Fantasy. I forget which Final Fantasy. I think it was like 6 or something, where you could actually, where the character has a suplex move, you could suplex a train.
That's cool, yeah.
It wasn't supposed to be able to do it, but a little bug in there, just let you do it.
Yeah, that sounds
Hey,
like some
suplex.
Galactic Federation wrestling moves right there.
Right. So continuing with other stuff,
Awesome.
they showed off a first look at Ms. Marvel, including the casting of the new Ms. Marvel. And they
Yep.
did say that Ms. Marvel, the young actress who is playing the role, will also be in Captain Marvel 2, as well as Monica Rambeau's character who's going to be appearing in WandaVision.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
have a question. I did see a rumor thing. I never looked more into it. I saw the headline and I was like, I don't really care. Something about Brie Larson leaving?
No, that's inaccurate.
Okay, I thought I saw something and just wanted to ask. I
Yeah,
wasn't
generally when it
spreading
comes to anything you
Ask-
see on the internet about Brie Larson, you probably can't believe it because people still
Yeah.
target her unfairly with a bunch of stuff just because she's a woman that speaks out about things that she likes and doesn't like. And
No, I'm not,
yeah.
not. I just didn't think Captain Marvel was all that great. She wasn't what was great about the movie to me.
That's
There's
fair.
a bunch of other things. Like, it was just the characters. Okay, that
So,
was about it. Like,
They did announce that she'd be
wrong with it.
appearing, that would be happening. I believe that there's a release date of 2022. I don't have it off the top of my head. And that Ms. Marvel appears and then Monica. Also was announced the She-Hulk series, like we knew was coming. Tatiana Maslany's casting confirmed. Tim Roth will also return as the Abomination during it. And Mark
Just
Ruffalo
wait.
will return as the Hulk in the
I just
She-Hulk.
wanna see it.
Ruffalo.
Ready for it.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Willie?
I'm just waiting on that. She-Hulk, Jesus Christ, when did that come out? 2025?
21, I think.
Whoop-de-dee-doo. I really want to
Could
see
be
it.
22. I don't remember. I don't think they filmed anything yet. This was just casting announcements. And then we do
Yeah.
know this series has been filming the Hawkeye series. They talked about the fact that would be
Yeah.
coming soon. Confirmed
And
the
we
casting
have seen it.
that we all knew because we've seen what's her name, Haley Steinfeld,
Haley Stanfield.
on set dressed as Kate Bishop with a costume that is almost straight out of the comics, doing a pose that's straight out of the comics. And then she even
Yep.
tweeted a photo of it, and I was like, damn, this is really cool. They are taking Matt Fraction's arc that got really famous for a while there with Hawkeye and seemingly adapting that. And they even included Pizza Dog,
Well, wait a second. Who's she going to be?
Kate Bishop.
Yeah, that's the new character in the Avengers game that I don't think
Mhm.
anyone really cares about.
That
There's
nobody
some
plays.
people that do. Let's see.
I mean, if I had people to play it with, friends, not just randoms.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Other things that they announced.
The game we don't
This
know
is
about.
past things that had trailers or any kind of video reveals. We had talked about that there was a Samuel L. Jackson series of some sort coming. Well, they did confirm that Samuel L. Jackson and Ben Mendelsohn will return and reprise their Captain Marvel roles for a Disney Plus series called Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion.
For those that aren't familiar, that was a comic story originally where the Skrulls had secretly been invading and putting people in positions of power on Earth to kind of take over, including in the roles of Avengers.
I was yeah, not only people of power, but also replacing superheroes.
Yes.
Because I think at the start of that comic, you find out like 50 of the heroes on Earth aren't the actual people; they're Skrulls.
Right. And this could very well tie into Captain Marvel 2, is what I was thinking.
Oh, it
because
will.
They sort
It
of
will.
set all of this up with Nick Fury being in space at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yep.
So it seemingly is going to tie in there. They also announced Don Cheadle will return as Jim Rhodes in a War Machine series entitled Armor Wars, which is a riff off of the classic comic tale where the genie in the bottle gets released and people start getting Stark Tech armor. And in the comics, Tony goes and shuts all that shit down. Now Rhodey gets to do it.
Yep. Which is basically the second best Iron Man story, and they're never going to do a actual full-on version of the first one. So, we got the sequence in Iron Man 2, which is probably all we're going to get for Demon in a Bottle. But
Yes.
yeah, at least we're getting Armor Wars.
They then also confirmed that actress Dominique Thorne will play Riri Williams in an Ironheart series, which adapts the recent comic book series where Riri Williams becomes Iron Man when Tony Stark is dead. which could be cool. James Gunn will be penning a festive holiday special, a Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, while filming the third film in the series. That comes out Christmas 2022, the Guardians Christmas special.
Oh, no.
I can't wait to see a Star-Lord Christmas.
Willie, why are you knowing?
Because of the other Christmas special from the different property.
Yeah.
That's fair. Although I think I do trust James Gunn to pull this off. But he specifically asked Kevin Feige if he could do it, if I recall the tweet I read correctly from him. They made reference to the fact that Black Widow's Eternals and Shang-Chi would be coming soon. They confirmed Christian Bale casting in Thor Love and Thunder. He'll be playing the villain Gore the God Butcher.
Which
I don't know anything about.
That is crazy. There was it was like Thor found an ancient citadel of like godly, it had like a god armory or something. I remember from one of the books, and like one of the entities there was a god butcher. It was literally a character that went around killing gods for fun.
Could be cool. They did also announce here Peyton Reed will return for Ant-Man the Wasp 3, which is now officially called Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania.
Well, you just add the word quantum in front of anything.
They will be recasting the role of Cassie Lang, but she'll return as Scott Lang's daughter, obviously. And Lovecraft Country's Jonathan Majors, will play the role of Kang the Conqueror as the villain in this one.
Yeah, which, as people know, also gives us a link to the Fantastic Four. And having finally started watching Lovecraft Country, Jonathan Majors one is awesome. And yes, all the hype is worth it. Lovecraft Country is fucking fantastic. I watched the first 3 episodes. That show is insane, and it is so well written.
Still need to see it.
Yeah, it is fucking weird.
Continuing, they did touch on the fact that Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch, that all crosses over. It will also introduce... Oh, wow, I'm not going to be able to say this actor's name properly. Xochitl. How do I say that?
I think it's Xochitl.
Yeah, I apologize. I can't say the name, and I don't want to butcher it. But Xochitl Gomez as America Chavez, and will also impact Spider-Man 3. They did touch on the passing of Chadwick Boseman, confirmed that Black Panther 2 is in development, but they will not recast the role of T'Challa. Oh, and then they did one final tease at the end. This is the one that I heard this one first, because when I woke up from my nap, I went on Twitter, and this is what popped up at the top, and I went, oh my effing G, and then read the rest of it. John Watts, the director of Spider-Man Far From Home and Spider-Man Homecoming, will officially be bringing the Fantastic Four into the MCU. He will do the MCU Fantastic Four movie.
The third version of Marvel's First Family.
So there is an absolute metric crap load of Marvel content coming and Star Wars content coming in the next 3-4 years across all of their platforms. And there is
chances.
Yes.
What are the chances of them just going to release Black Widow on Disney Plus with, like HBO Max is doing?
They again said they were not going to do that as part of the investment. Call.
Apparently, Scarlett Johansson's contract for like having back end points in the theater is better than the contract that Gal Gadot has with DC. So, Scarlett Johansson, having been in all the Iron Man, all the Avengers films, by the time it came around to where they finally gave her own movie, I'm assuming her contract is really ironclad on her getting theatrical points on the back end, which means if it makes $1 billion, she gets like $100 million of that cash. So, but if that's what's in the contract and it says that it must have a theatrical release, then there's no way that Disney can just say, no, we're not doing it. They have to abide by the contract. Anyway.
Yeah, they don't want to either, I don't think.
Yeah, but I'm saying, that I think that's probably what's keeping it from it, because her going into that was coming off of Endgame. That was her last movie that was contracted. I'll bet her agents got that contract iron fucking clad that she gets, Robert Downey Jr. money at the end of that movie. And you can't blame her. She did 8 fucking films for him. Mm. She should get paid.
So let's
see if that actually happens with a theater situation.
Yeah, but when they wrote those contracts,
I know, I don't understand.
It wasn't possible to foresee this event.
Oh yeah, I will give you that.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying it's not, but it's not going to make that money in theaters. That's
So
the problem.
No, of course
there
not.
was a graphic that was put up on the Marvel Studios subreddit. I believe it's a fan-made one, but it is the projected slate of everything coming in Phase 4 from January 1, 2021 through 2023, because that's everything that's been announced. And between movies and Disney Plus shows, this is 25 different Marvel events, for lack of a better term, that are coming.
Nice.
That's a shitload of content. So 25 Marvel things over the next 3 years, 10 Star Wars things. I think it was 7 animation and Pixar things. There is a crap load of stuff coming to Disney Plus / the movies. And let's be honest, when we start talking about the Marvel Phase 4 stuff of that, probably 8 or 9 of those is probably movies and the rest is Disney Plus series, it seems like, if we just had to swag it.
Yeah,
That's-
it's majority series now.
Yeah. That's a lot.
It's a lot of content.
The real question is, are you going to burn people out finally or not? Or do you make it so that if I didn't watch, say, the Hawkeye series, am I going to be lost if I watch this movie that comes out a year after that or something like that when this character I've never heard of shows up? I don't know. I think we're starting to hit that point where we might be wondering, and I'm not trying to be negative, have we hit the point of saturation where people are like, too much, I can't take anymore?
Yeah, see, and the weird thing
Whoa.
is honestly, I thought that when I saw the list of 10 Star Wars shows. I'm like, I love Star Wars, and I will probably watch all of them, but if we get 10 of them, I'm betting you 4 of them are Mandalorian and 6 are the holiday special, because it's not going to be 10 perfect shows.
Yeah, well,
It's not possible for everything to hit perfectly.
we also need to consider that the Star Wars approach seems to be different than the Marvel approach. Marvel, remember, everything hashtag it's all connected. The Star Wars stuff, this is taking place over different eras. Only these 3 will have crisscrossing timelines where they might interact with each other. Like the Bad Batch isn't going to be taking place the same time as the Mandalorian, for instance.
Everything's kind of connected because Agents of Shield
Yes.
was kind of connected.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but everything that happened in one movie, the results
Oh,
were
yeah.
felt in later movies.
Oh, I'll give
So
you that.
that
That's
they
what I
have
was meant to
actual
show with.
continuity, unlike the DC movies, where they couldn't do 3 in a row.
So your continuity becomes more problematic now as we go into Phase 4 because the continuity isn't, did you just see the last Marvel movie? It's, did you see the Disney Plus series that came out between these movies that could have connections? Specifically, WandaVision, where they say, hey, this is going to influence events in Doctor Strange. I would be curious to see after this has all come out and when Doctor Strange comes out, whether we could look back at that Doctor Strange movie and be like, would I have gotten it had I not seen WandaVision? Would I have been missing something? Or did they explain it away in the movie so that you don't necessarily have to have seen WandaVision to get the craziness that's going on? That's what's going to be interesting to see how they pull this off going forward. Is the Disney Plus series all take place in the continuity and build on what the movies have done and presumably add to the movies that will be coming? Are they actually essential must-see shows?
Do we get something like a trailer at the start of all Marvel films that's done like the first page of Marvel Comics where it's previously on, and it tells you what happened in like the last crossover issue if you didn't buy it, so that you get a little information graphic before you start the movie?
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be weird. It also makes me wonder too, when the series all start, having read Nick Spencer's Captain America, the Sam Wilson Captain America book, that at one point they had, I think he was writing 3 books about Captain America. So you had the Steve Rogers storyline going on, you had the S.H.I.E.L.D. storyline going on, and you had the Sam Wilson storyline going on. When that show comes out and we get Sam Wilson carrying the S.H.I.E.L.D., are we going to see like a social media Twitter backlash of hashtag not my captain? Because that's literally what Nick Spencer wrote in the story, was people bitching because a black guy had the shield.
Probably. Let's be honest here.
I wondered how much of that we're actually going to see now in real life, because we're going to see Sam Wilson with the shield. And like, that's going to be so weird having read a comic where all of that already happened. And we're going to see real life versions of racist idiots online actually doing the stupid shit that he wrote idiots doing in a comic.
Are you going to be surprised there's racist idiots online? Because I mean,
I just want to see
Not at
how
all.
closely it actually follows the comic book that Nick Spencer wrote. That's what I'm interested in seeing. No, I know we got racist idiots online. Come on, I've been online.
I've been online for 12 hours. There's so many racist idiots.
Yeah,
right.
they're there. They're there.
So as we wrap this up, we talked about a boatload of content. Here is what I'm going to ask everyone on the show. Which one are you most excited for? Which one are you least excited for out of all the things we mentioned? And that's tough. I get it.
See, out of that whole list.
Yeah, that's tough.
Gosh, I already got my answers done.
Oh, Willie's already got his answer. Willie,
Yeah,
why don't you kick us off then?
Most excited for the first one to come out because I'm waiting for fucking ever for it to come out. Because WandaVision, hurry the fuck up. Least excited, the one that was supposed to come out and still is yet to fucking do so, Black Widow movie. Hurry the fuck up. Do something. Jesus. Poke it with a fucking stick. Would you fucking hurry up? You've been done with this shit for fucking ever. It better have the fucking CGI artists better be still working on it because they got time now. They got nothing but time. Let's do it. Fucking bullshit.
All right, I'll go next. I'm probably most excited for... Oh, God, this one's tough. I'm going to make it a tie, so I'm going to cheat. The Ahsoka spinoff, because that'll presumably deal more with Thrawn and potentially the return of Ezra and maybe Sabine from Rebels. And then tied with that, Falcon and Winter Soldier, just because it looks like a lot of fun. The production value looked really high on it. And it's the one I've been most excited for out of the originally announced Disney Plus series. So that's probably what I'm most excited for. And the one that I'm probably least excited for right now is the Star Wars one, the Acolyte one or whatever, just because I don't know if I care about the High Republic era yet.
Oh, yeah, the Acolytes.
Yeah, it's not necessarily because of the team that they're assembling for it, but I don't know if I necessarily care about that era because I know nothing about what's going on in that time frame at this point in time.
Yeah, see, and I read about it, and if they do it right, it could be awesome, but it's really a question of how they make it look.
Right, so I know nothing about it. And there's not much I can find out about it, so that's why it's at the bottom of my list. Not necessarily because I won't watch it or anything like that. It's just I don't know enough
to
gauge
sense.
how excited I am. What about you, Bachman? This is a tough one, I know.
Yeah, I think mine's a tie between for most excited for What If, just because I was such a huge fan of those books. I literally own hundreds of them. Yeah. I love the Marvel What If series. And the fact that like they committed to getting all the actors to do the voices of the characters, it's like, yeah, you can't keep having these people come in and do like live action shows, but because it's animated, having them do the voice work, that's just awesome because it's going to make it feel so like part of the Marvel universe. And I think that's tied with having Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan Kenobi and Hayden Christensen back as Anakin. I am so excited to see what they do with that show because I think Ewan McGregor might be the top of the list of everybody from the prequels that loved what he did, enjoyed it while he was doing it, and has loved talking about it ever since. I think he has more love for Star Wars in his heart than any of the actors or anybody else that worked on the prequels. I think he literally loved it.
Yeah, and that series also has Deborah Chow directing the entire thing, and she's really good.
She's great. Yeah, her episodes of frickin' The Mandalorian were awesome.
Yeah.
And then, I think the bottom of my list is the Andor one, just because the Diego Luna spy from Rogue One. I already know where he dies. Like, I honestly don't really care. Like, Diego Luna's a great actor, but
you weren't
that's
saying
not
Andor?
Andor. Andor.
Oh my God, are you fucking... There's Andor and there's Endor.
Yes.
I'm done.
One's a planet, one's a person.
Continue on. I'm over here.
Yeah, no, one's a planet, one's a person. But yeah, no, the series is called Andor. But yeah, it's Diego Luna's character, the rebel spy that was in Rogue One. Yeah, we already know where he ends up and how he dies, which, okay, yeah, you could tell like great James Bond stories with his character in a Star Wars world, which, okay, that could be cool. But yeah, I think that one's at the bottom of my list of, I might watch it after I watch the other 9 shows.
I don't know.
It's just, I'm not hyped on that one.
Yeah, I don't know how I missed this. Probably because I didn't cover just the regular Disney announcements. There's also a Willow sequel.
Oh, yeah.
That Ron.
All right, I changed my answer. That's the one I'm most excited for.
With Warwick Davis returning.
Most excited.
And John Chu doing the pilot.
Retroactive.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Retroactive.
Supposedly, Ron Howard's kid might be involved in that one as well.
Bryce Dallas Howard. She's a very talented director, man.
As directing some of the episodes.
The apple don't fall far from the tree.
She might be coming in to work on Dad's property.
She was great as a fairy tale creature. For those of you that don't know, that's the lady in the water from M. Night Shyamalan.
Okay. So did
Oh, that's right.
Did you see? I think it was an interview they did with Ron Howard where they were talking about Bryce Dallas Howard's episode of season 2 of Mandalorian, and they said, "Did you enjoy the Apollo 13 shout out that she did in there?"
Oh,
And
yeah.
he was like, "Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. It was neat to do, which that was cool. It's
I'm
really
kind of-
neat to see them working together."
Lady in the water.
Yeah, I'm excited to see when Mandalorian ends. Which I mean, I hate the fact that like Mandalorian season 2 is about to end. We're getting real close, but the fact that it means we'll get another series of the Disney Gallery to see them talking about all the behind the scenes stuff. Because man, I loved watching those at the end of Mandalorian season 1. Those gallery documentaries that they're making as they're talking about building the show are fucking fantastic.
Yeah, finale is this upcoming Friday as we record this, and then it returns in 2021 on Christmas Day, if I recall correctly what I read.
Oh no, my girlfriend was already mad. She had to wait till October. It doesn't come back till Christmas.
Christmas for
Wait, what
season
does
3
it?
of Mandalorian.
Oh well.
That's so sad.
Yeah, but there's
you
going to be
do.
about 4 bajillion other series going on at the same time, too. You got to remember,
That's
when Disney schedules these things coming to Disney Plus, I would be shocked if we have Star Wars and Marvel series dropping at the same time. They're probably going to do a Marvel series, then a Star Wars series, then this other series, then a Marvel series, then a Star Wars series, or something like that.
Make them faster.
I mean, we are at the point now where they're getting caught up so that things that should be coming soon are filming right now.
Did
Yeah.
I fucking stutter? I said make them faster.
Fair enough. You heard him here. You heard it here first from one Willie D. Nelson. Make it
I will
faster,
pick them
Disney.
up and I'll throw them.
He's gonna throw you, Disney. You corporate behemoth. You.
I don't give a fuck about throwing corporate entities. Fuck those assholes.
I want to see you pick up Epcot. I'll be honest.
Goddamn right I'll do it.
I got faith in
Epcot, more like et bitch.
That bitch.
you. Bitch. I don't even know how to follow that up, but to say, yeah, we got a
could have
crap
gone a
load.
different one. I could have gone
Thank you. So we have buttloads of content coming, is what the takeaway here is, and we're not
That's
going to
true.
be lacking for entertainment on Disney Plus. So while it may have been slow to get things, and there were a lot of people talking about the only thing I care about and what I watch is The Mandalorian, well, you're gonna have a bunch of other things to pick from soon. It sounds like, and that is exciting, and that is the promise upon which a lot of us
sec.
pre-bought a
Hold
few
on. See it.
years
Let
of
me
it.
see
Yeah.
Disney Plus. It's made
Three.
it the best yet.
3 years of Disney Plus I bought.
Well, the best thing on there right now is The Mandalorian, Willie.
1 second. Let me look up.
Yeah,
Let me see
though
if
I
they-
have been enjoying. I started back at the beginning. I've rewatched all of Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm like 4 seasons into that show, which I love that cartoon.
Mhm.
All right, so Disney Plus has its best thing ever on it right now, so I agree with you.
Gargoyles.
Sky High is available on Disney Plus, apparently,
true.
from what I'm seeing.
No, gargoyles.
I said what I said, Chris.
You're so wrong
Said what
right
I
now.
said.
Sky High is great, but
Chris?
it's no gargoyles.
Chris, how's The Fifth Element?
I've heard it's a great and wonderful movie.
Yeah, let me tell you how great Rebels is. Oh, wait, I can't because you haven't done your end of the bargain yet. Your end of the bargain takes, an hour and a half? 2 hours?
Honestly, I forgot about
mine
my
takes
end
how
of the
many
bargain.
hours?
I'll be honest, I forgot all about that deal. I'm glad you reminded me. I'm on vacation until January now, so I'll watch it. I got plenty of time.
I get the worst of the brunt of this, only just to make you, and just to let you see something that you would enjoy. Me, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this shit or not. Do I really care? I don't know.
You're coming out there with a real optimistic attitude when you say you don't know if you're going to enjoy this shit. Thank you.
Yeah.
Goddamn right. It's Star Wars. I watch the movies. I know the story, but I'm not a Star Wars guy.
That's fair. That's fair. Looking at the time right now, though, we do need to start wrapping things up. We got like 10 minutes to wrap it all up because, yeah, it's almost 1 o'clock my time, I realized. Oops. So as we wrap things up each week, we do a little segment called What I'm Into. It's our chance to share with you guys who are watching live or listening at a later date just what kind of geeky and or nerdy things we be getting into so that maybe, just maybe, you might want to go check them out yourselves. I'll kick things off with what I've been getting into because I actually remembered to make a list this time. I finished Big Mouth Season 4. It was funny. I don't think it was as good as the earlier seasons of the show. Willie, what's that
Ooh, I
gesture
made
for?
a list. I remember things. Who needs to remember shit?
Willie, you're the one that talks about how you never remember things.
I know. Like you. And not watching The Fifth Element.
No, that's just a choice.
Jesus.
No, we made a deal. You're going back on your deal. You're the piece of shit in this thing.
No,
Not me.
I've just not initiated the deal yet.
You're going to be
Yikes.
Epcon. And I'm going to pick you up. And I'm going to throw you.
All right, other stuff I've been getting into. Continuing my watching of the 3rd season of Young Justice. It is really good. I think I watched another 3 episodes right now. I haven't done a ton on it. And then Cyberpunk 2077. Picked that up on Friday and started playing, and I talked enough about that in the Cyberpunk segment of the show. I don't really need to share anything extra there. And then I'm on vacation until January 4th at this point in time because I had so much use or lose leave, I had to burn it all so that I didn't lose it. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
Well, when you handed it in, did you say this is my burn notice?
No, I did not, because I just emailed them and said I'm taking this time off.
Missed opportunity. You could have been Bruce Campbell, but no.
I
You're
guess.
just another punk bitch.
I mean, I wish I was Bruce Campbell. That'd be the life.
Yeah.
That'd be the chin.
That'd be the chin. I mean, who doesn't want to be Bruce Campbell? Nobody. That's who.
You get to be in the original Spider-Man movies, all of them. You get to be in the games.
You get to be in
you get to be
Hercules.
in Evil Dead. Oh, that's something that was announced at the Game Awards I saw. New Evil Dead game.
Yeah, and
Sorry,
a new
Chris.
Mass Effect game, too.
Who cares?
Shut your
Chris cares.
fucking face.
Oh, were you so excited about the last one? Were you so happy about it, how it came out and turned out? That's what I thought.
And if you've read what I said about the new Mass Effect game, I am still excited, but I don't know if I can
Don't
trust
know shit
BioWare
about
to
it.
pull it off because I don't know that the new BioWare can do it. And I do know
I'll
enough
give you-
about it.
I will give you, they're not working on an Iron Man game. Well, I even forgot the title of it.
Look,
What was it called,
if-
Bachman?
Anthem.
Anthem.
Yeah, that was it.
If you watch the trailer to the new Mass Effect, it hints at some
Anthem
of the things
Anthony,
that
I
are coming.
gotcha.
But that's all I'll say on that. But that's what I'm getting into. Bachman, how about yourself?
Let's see. Yeah, playing some video games. The Apex started their holiday bash, so they're doing their seasonal thing, which has been awesome. A tweet went out from the Titanfall blog, which is really cool, talking about the fact that in the last year, Apex did 4 new seasons, 2 from home, a new map, crossplay, Steam release, 7 major events, 12 LTMs, and killed 1 legend, Rip Forge. They did that all within the last year. Like, that game has had so much updated since it came out. It's just amazing. But yeah, I've been playing a bunch of the holiday bashes. It's fun. And then logging into Dead by Daylight daily on my PlayStation 4 and my PC accounts because they've been doing blood points every day or blood shards. They've been doing holiday giveaways for little charms for sweaters for the survivors. They've had, I think it's a charm or a sweater every week. And apparently that's going to keep going. It's the advent calendar that are running all the way to January 3rd. So yeah, if you ever play Dead by Daylight, you should be logging into your account every single day because every day you're getting like 500 shards or 10,000 blood points. One of these days coming up, I don't know if it's today or tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. They're doing another bonus like 300,000 blood point giveaway where it's literally you just log in, bam, here's a ton of blood points. So yeah, it's awesome. They're doing a fun holiday thing for their Christmas version of the game.
Yeah, they're doing more for Christmas than they did for Halloween. And happy reset day, Bachman.
Oh, that's true. It is. Yeah, it's the 13th. So yeah, rank reset. Everything will be fun today. And then doing that, reading some comics. I finally got through. Oh damn it! What was it? I just finished all the Jeff Lemire Animal Man, and so I went on the Comixology reading app, and I finally downloaded the Alan Moore Swamp Thing. So I just started the Anatomy lesson, which is considered like one of the greatest comic books about Swamp Thing ever. It's when you find out that it's when Alan Moore changed the storyline to where Alec Holland didn't actually survive the explosion. His body didn't turn into like a vegetated monster. It's basically his consciousness went into vegetation, and that vegetation thinks it's a man. So like Swamp Thing's body has what look like lungs, but they're a chunk of vegetable. Like they don't function, they don't breathe. He actually is just a living consciousness in vegetation, and that's why he can't be killed. And so yeah, it's a great fucking story what I've read so far. I'm like halfway through it, and they're just a really good trade paperback. So yeah, just enjoying the hell out of the Comixology Unlimited. I think like $6 a month. Just the sheer amount of trade paperbacks you get access to. Like I read Death, the High Cost of Living. I read all those Animal Man books. I've just been reading a ton of stuff. But yeah, I'm onto the Swamp Thing now, which has been really good. And then started watching the Christmas stuff. Last weekend we watched me and the girlfriend sat down and watched Die Hard and Lethal Weapon 1. Last night we built little Lego Christmas ornaments, which was really cute. and then put up my condo Christmas tree, which took about all of 2 seconds. Sit it down, plug it in, it's done. And then we watched the Christmas Chronicles. I hadn't watched that, which came out I think like 2 or 3 years ago. The one where Kurt Russell is Santa Claus. So we watched the first one of that, and then looking forward to the second one because really kiddie, really cute, but like it was very Christmassy. It was fun. It was a nice like just enjoyable watch. And it's Kurt Russell, and then at the end you get Goldie Hawn as Mrs. Claus. Like nothing in the world is wrong when you have Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, much less when Kurt Russell does a dance and singing sequence as Santa, and basically you see his inner Elvis. So it was awesome. And then other than that, what I've been getting into is work because I finally got a goddamn job after like 8 months, and loading packages for UPS is not easy work. I'll just say that. I've been more sore this. It is a definitely good workout. I'm pretty sure I've already lost about 5 pounds just in pure sweat. Like I already literally feel lighter. I've already blown out 1 pair of boots. And I got to do a bunch of laundry this week or today for the week. So I've got work clothes to go to work in. But I'm working a twilight shift 4 to 10 each night, 6 days a week or 5 days a week from now on, 6 hours a night. And it's like 32 degrees out Friday night. And like I was sweating balls wearing just a t-shirt. And it is really fun, labor intensive work. But I like the place I work. I like the people I work with. So as long as my body doesn't fail me, I think it's going to be a really nice job. I like the place, so I'm enjoying it. I'm just tired. But that's what I've been getting into. Willie?
Willie, you get to, I will not use the term I want to, you get to finish things up for us.
I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077, See Before. What have I been doing this week? I haven't been doing shit this week. I haven't been doing anything this week. That's all.
Well, thanks, Willie.
Quick and easy.
Yeah.
That's what they call me, Quick and Easy Willie.
I did forget. I mentioned at the top of the show, but I also got my Twitch affiliate email. So starting this week, I'm restarting I haven't actually sat down and redone my schedule. I think I'm going to have to do like noon to 2 on Mondays and Wednesdays on my Twitch channel. But I will start my official streaming as a Twitch affiliate this week, probably tomorrow at noon Mountain Time, which should be 2 p.m. Eastern.
Nice.
Because I have to go earlier and I can't stream as late because I have to go to work now every night.
Well, on that note, I think we have just about finished things up. Before we shut this thing down, I do want to remind everyone, we stream this show live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at geeks.live, the official streaming home of the Gonna Geek Network. If you're there right now, you can scroll down to the bottom of the page and view a calendar of all of our upcoming live events. Keep an eye on that because with the holidays coming up, that calendar is probably subject to change for any show that's on there, including our own. We haven't figured out what, if any, holiday break we may be taking. So stay tuned and we'll let you guys know going forward.
I don't know what days Sundays are.
Oh, yeah, because Christmas is on a Friday this year, right?
I believe it's on a Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. That being said, and New Year's Eve, I think, is on a Friday as well. I don't remember. It all blurs together. That being said, we are going to shut this thing down. Before we shut down the show, though, you guys have any final thoughts for the folks that are watching live or listening later?
You better watch your backs, Disney execs.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Willie's coming hard for Epcot. That's what I got out of this. He's going to take Epcot out and make it his biatch. On that note, we are getting out here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, and we will see you next week for more shenanigans. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, channel 3 of the Alpha Geek Radio app, and over at our network home at gonnageek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us atgnpodcast@gonnageek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGN Podcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at incompetech.com.